Hello Messers, we are back with the Third Avenue electric guitar. This Stratocaster I bought with a whole beginner setup to start your guitar journey. We're going to have a deeper delve into it, see what it's really like. We've charged the amplifier it came with, so we're going to test that out, see what it sounds like, and just give it an overall check over and see how playable it is out of the box. Also give you some advice on what you can do to improve your guitar if it is your first guitar, which there are many things you can do. First of all, we'll check, we've had a look, the strings are alright. The first thing we'll do is check out the tuning on it, which, having a strum on it, doesn't seem totally out, to be honest. So we will put this on here. No, we've got an E. That's quite incredible out of the box. We've got an A. We'll get a D in a minute. There you go. Tuners don't feel too bad. I suppose they are new, even if they're inexpensive. We've got semi-closed tuners on this guitar. I got an E, so that, to be honest, that's not bad. One thing that I did think of, out of all the things it came with in the box, and while they were all fantastic, I think, to be honest, the capo isn't something you need in some of the spare strings. I'd rather they swapped those out and actually gave you a tuner, which is probably the most important thing for a beginner, because you're not going to be able to do it by ear. There are people out there who believe they can do it by ear and really need a tuner as well. So it's definitely something you need to invest in if you were to purchase this, is a tuner. But they're not expensive. This one's a Fender one. It cost, I think, £10 roughly when I purchased it. And it does guitars and violins and basses and all sorts. As you said, we are all tuned up. Excellent. The next thing I think we need to do is have a look. The frets rubbing down are slightly sharp. They're not anything I turn around and go, oh my god, that's terrible. You can't expect something to be this inexpensive and be perfect. It's not really a thing. I've known people to buy expensive guitars and them not be great, but they're not terrible. They're not going to cut you or anything like that. As far as I know, the fretboard is made out of laurel. It just says redwood. It feels like laurel. It's got a very similar feel to a Harley Benton my nephew has. The neck is not too thick, not too thin. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. Feels quite comfortable. You know, I think any sort of size hands would quite happily be able to play this guitar without any issues whatsoever. So that's nice. Obviously, normal Stratocaster controls, volume, tone, 5-way switch. And it's got a maple neck. Have a look at the back. Standard maple neck, no skunk stripe, unfortunately. I imagine the truss rod is through the front of it. Bolt on neck and white cover on the back. So without further ado, let's plug it in and see what she plays like. I haven't done anything to the guitar. I do apologise, you might hear the guitar more than you do the amp. So I'll try and put the amp as close as you and play a few things, and so you get a feeling of what it's like. Put that a bit closer. We'll turn it on the amplifier. Should explain this first. We have a Bluetooth auxiliary volume, which I guess if you'll plug in your phone into to get a backing track or whatever that's the volume for that. Then you've got your on, which is also your volume. You've got your tone dial here, and then you've got gain, and you have an overdrive button. But what we're going to do first of all, let's plug it in. We're just going to put the volume, it's going to be on clean, no tone change, no nothing like that. And we'll have a fiddle around with it and see if you can hear any difference. Chances are all you'll hear is strumming of the strings. I mean, the amp seems to be pleasant enough on clean, but most amps are. It's very quiet when it's on clean. Chances are you can hear the guitar more than you can the amp. Turn the tone up. Not a lot of difference in it, if any at all. We'll turn our tone back down again. We'll try it with a little bit of gain. We'll put gain about halfway. Got a bit more volume out of it there. This is all on the bridge selector. Turn the gain all the way up. It's got a little bit more volume now. Tone up about halfway. Put the tone to maximum. So it's not bad at all, to be honest. I've heard a lot worse. I think it was best on that. We also have an overdrive button. I'll turn the gain and the volume halfway again. We'll try overdrive. That's not bad for a tiny little 5-watt amp at all. Let's run you through our pickups quickly. We'll keep it as simple as we can. We're on a neck pickup. Everything's on max on the guitar. Position 2. Middle pickup. Position 4, which would be the neck, the bridge and the middle. Sorry about the tunes, I should have thought of some chords to play before I started this, and the bridge. And that's the sounds of the amplifier. Hopefully they've come out okay. I'm quite impressed again. I was expecting that to be a lot worse. Definitely a lot worse. So I think you could actually use this as a little practice amplifier. Obviously not the greatest thing in the world, but definitely not the worst thing I've ever heard. Pleasantly surprised with that little amp. I was going to do a comparison between that if it was that bad and show you something that a lot of money would buy, but I don't think I need to. I think you'd be quite happy as a beginner you've got enough tonal differences on the amplifier to definitely be able to start playing. You've definitely got a lot of range on it. As I say, guitar doesn't sound too bad at all. Quite impressed. Quite impressed. The next stage I was going to talk about is what you can do to improve your guitar. I've checked this. The action is high. It's set up to be a high action guitar, which to beginners out there is the distance between your fretboard and your strings. This can be adjusted. Not everybody, I didn't know that when I started out, not everybody would do when you first start playing guitar, but a lot of things on here can be adjusted. When you purchase a brand new guitar, and this can be of any price range, most people, including myself, would take it to a professional to set up the action, probably put some different strings on it as well to get it the best playable for you personally as you are. So when you're learning and you're, say, finding it a little bit hard to push down on, none of these strings are difficult. It's quite comfortable to play straight out of the box. You can have it all adjusted to your preference. It's something you'll learn as you progress. What feels right? Is the neck like? Do you like the neck? And then you'll get another guitar. Do it. No, this one I prefer. That one I prefer. So it's a very personal thing. Any other simple things like the frets, they can be cleaned and polished. This doesn't feel the smoothest. That can be smoothed down and cleaned and everything. The cheapest thing you can do to a guitar to make it nicer to play and sound nicer is change the strings. It's something you'll do anyway, because they don't last forever. If you play a lot, you'll find that you'll probably go through them within a month. Could be 3 months if you don't play so much. The more expensive strings generally last longer, sound a little bit better. So if you think, oh, this is terrible, just a simple string change could change the tone of the guitar. But my advice for any beginner out there is when you first get one and there's something you're not happy with, find your local technician or your local luthier, give it to him to have a look at, and he'll be able to tell you what he can do to improve your playing experience. There's lots of, when you buy a guitar like this, there's lots of upgrades you can do as well. I mean, if you're a bit older like myself and you get into guitars, there's plenty of things you can do on here. Some of them require specialist tools, but you don't need to spend an arm and a leg on every StewMac tool going. Some of the cheaper tools I use will do the job and get you out of a pickle. You can change tuners for lock-in tuners or just better tuners in general. String trees are a great way of getting better stability in your tuning. The biggest thing on a tremolo guitar like this one, tremolo meaning is the operation of the bridge where it can move back and forth to change the strings, is the nut, in my opinion, and your saddles. The set saddles can be as cheap as £10-15 a nut, £10. You know, that's a bit more in-depth to change. The saddles are easy enough. But again, you'll have to learn how to intonate your guitar. But these are things your guitar tech could do and advise you on brilliantly. And there we have it, the Third Avenue electric guitar. I am very impressed about this guitar. Straight out of the box, it's been playable. It was pretty much in tune. It wasn't far out at all. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you would like to see me tinker about with this and try and get it all shiny and nice, drop a comment, let me know, and I'll put a video out doing that. All right, thank you very much.